Hey now, early in the morning. I guess. Always wanted to do a Sunday stream. They said that's where the most traffic is, and it's before football game and whatever. So, all right, Thanksgiving spoilers and all that to come, or maybe watch our replay or whatever, dude. Yeah, but Thanksgiving spoilers, build in, they will come. Sure. Let's see. Let's get into some light spoilers. And dude, I was trying to get it was such a pain in the ass to try to get this Thanksgiving uploaded because it's like, oh man, I don't need limited ads on any of that shit. And it's hard because I'm even not cursing on it and everything, but it's about the amount of violence on there. And then I got to put that censor bar all over the place. It sucks. But yeah, let's get into some spoilers and we'll go over the video and the kill count and all that. Or it's about how like even let's rank all the grindhouse movies too, because you gotta consider this like one of the grindhouse movies. So yeah, let's just get into it. I was trying to do a short version and that didn't really work out. And how many died in it? First, we start off with Black Friday. People go crazy over these deals, man. They even like I got trampled. But yeah, maybe we'll get to that in a second. But is this the best slasher of the year, or is that Scream 6? I don't know, dude. It's pretty much up there. I haven't seen every single slasher. I think A Wonderful Knife is still out there, and I'll be seeing that today. That's why I haven't had a video about it. Dude, any sort of slasher, they gotta have confidence enough in it to put in movie theaters, and if Shudder's being that confident to put in movie theaters, I gotta go see it. And like When Evil Lurks, I still sort of haven't seen that. I know, dude. It was in the theaters, and everybody's talking about it. Everybody's making a video about it, and then it's just hearing it in another language. I'm even trying to learn a bit of Spanish, and it's like Argentinian. So I don't know. I would like an English dub, but I'll watch that, make a thing about it, maybe. But that seems like it's really like everyone just says how gross it is and such, but. Anyways, this is the best slasher of the year. I don't know, dude. It's up there. I would even put it in my top 5. You know, I really liked Evil Dead Rise. I really liked Scream 6. It's probably up there with those. Yeah. Like, dude, I feel like people are sleeping on this already. It should have legs, and maybe this week of Thanksgiving, actually, people go see it. Or I wouldn't mind if I'm going to buy it once it comes out. I'm going to put more content about it. I'm going to have a watch along and all that. I love this movie this much. And I thought it was like, well, I was really hoping this is going to take off too. I was like, well, Thanksgiving. It was seeming to look good, but I think in the weekend, in the box office, it didn't seem to do like crazy well. You know, like Marvel's is disappointing. I haven't seen that. I don't even care. I don't even care about watching a comic book movie, really. Unless you messing with Batman or your A-tier dudes, I ain't messing with you right now. Or Loki's even out. I ain't even watched season 2 of Loki yet. Like, dude, I'm just so Marvel fatigued. Unless you're doing something cool like X-Men or something like that, I ain't doing it. The best slasher of the year, I'm not sure. But I would put it up there. Hey, what's up, Giraffe? What's going on, dude? Happy Sunday. Shudder having the confidence to give stuff like Thanksgiving a theatrical release just warms my heart. I'm already a massive fan of Eli Roth, and I hope that it earns its money back. Yeah, of course, dude. Yeah. Like, we need a sequel. We need a sequel. I think they set it up perfectly for a sequel. It's sort of like how... Oh, I don't want to... Should I get into spoilers yet? Dude, we're like 5 minutes in. And I can't dance around like non-spoilers really well. Like, I always sort of like let shit slip. Like, my best way to not give any spoilers is not talk about it at all. And some people have like an art form of that. They know how to talk around it and not really and hint at stuff and not really drop the beans on it. Or I let the cat out of the bag all the time. I don't know. I'm just not like a spoiler free guy, so that's why. So I don't know. I'm not saying don't watch this. We're trying to talk spoilers. I put it in the thing. Light spoilers, dude. I think it's like just talking about like how awesome these kills are. These kills are very like Final Destination kills. I mean, we didn't get Terrifier 2 level kills, but we got enough kills that was like, oh yeah, dude, that's dope. Like you could watch. I'm pretty confident that I could watch Thanksgiving in the living room with my senior citizen mom and you know, like it's nothing like Terrifier 2 where you're like, oh man, this is too extreme. I don't think they can handle this. And that was like the original joke of it was supposed to be like grindhouse and stuff like that, until like Terrifier 2 probably saw that and they went, dude, we're going the grindhouse route. Because I would consider Terrifier 2 is like way over there in the slasher. It's its own little genre now. It's its own little grindhouse slasher thing. That's the grindhouse slasher or ultra grindhouse slasher if this is just a grindhouse slasher. But slashers are slashers, and even like this gore was way more extreme than Scream 6 was. And Scream 6 is one of the gorier entries in all the Screams. So there you go. Maybe, and it's got high Rotten Tomatoes reviews. Like everyone says, if this movie came out 15 years ago, like it would have been like My Bloody Valentine remake. I guess because we didn't get a real original remakes back then of like, original slasher movies back then. We just kept getting remakes. So you always compare them to the original. But has a real good like early 2000s, late 90s sort of slasher feel to it. That's why I think it works very well. But yeah, if they have the confidence, I don't think it's coming to Shutter, is it? No, I was just mentioning that When Evil Lurks or A Wonderful Knife is actually, I think it's coming to Shutter December 1st. That's why it's like I want to see it. I want to make a video about it. And I hear no one's even reviewing it either. Like, come on, man. If no one's reviewed something, I'll review it. I know only a handful of reviewers, like Drum Dums, did a review on Wonderful Knife. It said it was like purchase worthy or something. I need more horror guys dropping reviews on horror stuff to know what kind of horror stuff to watch. Shit. Because going to a theater's a thing, dude. I got a child. Like, I got to get a babysitter. I got to get permission, you know? And that's already like, oh, I want to go to the gym. I got to do that. I got to go to see this movie. You got to adult your way to go see a movie and everything. So I want to do my prep work to see if it's worth it. But yeah, if they're confident enough to put it in theaters, I'd love that. It's like, cool. More slashers in theaters. That's what I was saying all year, dude. All we got was Scream 6. We got One Night for like Slaughterhouse. And I like that one too. Like more slashers in theaters. So this is only like the third or fourth slasher movie to come out all year in theaters. So of course, my whole channel is Slasher It Suits. I'm gonna cover the shit out of slasher movies. So yeah, I might even make some more best kills, kills ring, this and that. Hopefully, if it comes to VOD soon, I get all the footage. Doing good, man. Sorry I haven't been watching a lot of videos recently. Started a new job a few months back. It's kicking my butt right now. How have you been? Oh man. Well, dude, it's all like on replays. Dude, I have videos that hit like way later. Like sometimes Pearl's like my number one movie like the day. And you go, really? I made that shit over a year ago. Like, why is that? Why are you popping off right now? But it's all good, dude. I like it. And it's cool to have like these live streams and stuff. And I wanted to do it like this, like on a heavy traffic time. I saw like Austin Burke is like live streaming right now. I ain't got no football game on yet. I mean, that's good for people. Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings. If you're not hungover or something. Or if you're hungover watching this, sure. I usually have like a live stream with a White Claw, but that's just coffee with Irish cream. But yeah, dude, I've been good, and I'm trying to get this channel. October was a little bit of a kick in the pants, really. Like, see, I'm getting the reflection of the TV on here. October was a little bit of a disappointment because I thought Exorcist went well, and then Five Nights at Freddy's. That was a busy weekend. I don't like it when it comes out too close to Halloween. It messes my shit up. Like I do so much. Halloween's like a real holiday around here, at least for me and everything. Like my son's got like three different costumes and everything. I just love it, and I don't like having like Five Nights at Freddy's be so close to it. And I really love that movie either, dude. So no. All right, Babiscott. Someone's making a horror movie about Easter and bees. Dude, every holiday's gonna get a horror movie now, dude. It first started with Halloween, and now, dude, even Terrifier 3 is going Christmas route. We're getting another Christmas slasher. They're doing either your atmosphere like Scream 6, you gotta go to some like location like New York for Scream 6, or you gotta do something different like The Wonderful Knife, or you gotta do something different like Winnie the Pooh. Like these slasher. Oh yeah, Winnie the Pooh was in theaters. Was that this year or last year? Shit. Well, whatever. The mean one, all these slashers have to have some sort of gimmick to it. And people say gimmick like it's a bad thing too. Like, dude, I love high premise gimmick stuff. Like It Follows is one of my favorite like horror movies from the last like 10 years, and now we're getting a sequel to that. I just love the high premise, like you gotta sleep with someone to get rid of the curse. I love those movies, and I love slashers around like atmosphere and holidays and stuff like that. Holiday slashers are the best, and we're getting more of them too. Like, I don't know. We gotta do some like weird, obscure holidays. I think all the holidays are covered, but definitely Easter's one. Let's write it, dude. Let's write it. Let's get it made. Easter and bees. But yeah. Terrifier 2 Rock, probably up there as my favorite horror movie outside of Nope. Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Terrifier 2 was one of the most awesome slasher grindhouse movies I've ever seen. But yeah, let's get oh, here's Wolf. I'll just catch up with the chat. I want to watch When Evil Lurks so badly. Well, it's on Shutter right now, dude, for like five. I don't know how much you pay for your Shutter, but I think if you buy like a year, it comes out to be way less. Why can't I affiliate market with him? I'm sending people over to Shutter. Let me see if I could get a code, and it'll be like Slasher Suits code. You get 20% off or something like that. Come on, dude. That works well with my thing. I gotta set my media kit. let me get some of that Shutter love, dude. Shit. Sponsor a video or something. But all right, man. I think caught up with all the chat. Let's get to some spoilers, I guess. Or if you have to, maybe we'll rank the Grindhouse movies, and then we'll get to if we're ready to see it. Did everyone saw Thanksgiving so far? I think you could get it spoiled by now. Like if you didn't see it by Sunday, when are you going to see it? Because I remember like watching like Scream 6. I remember watching Scream 6, or even like Scream in the very first Scream, and everyone at school thought it was like Dewey, because they sort of gave you like a red herring in a commercial, and everyone thought he was the killer. So you know who saw it and who didn't, because like, oh yeah, Dewey was the killer. Like, you bullshitter, you didn't go see it. But yeah, dude, with this new age of TikTok and everything, dude, if you're just going through your feed, you're eventually get spoiled on it. So maybe I'll get to it in a little bit if you're watching this on replay and everything. But we're like 14 minutes deep. But so far, if I would have to rank the Grindhouse ones, I'm going Thanksgiving's probably the top of the heap. And then Planetaire was pretty dope, dude. I gotta even put that over Death Proof. Quentin Tarantino, you're my boy, but it is a little bit slow. I do love Death Proof. The Planetaire was just like the zombie throwback movie, but I would even put Thanksgiving over that, because it seems like Thanksgiving was like this 80s not even 80s. The trailer was like the 80s 70s slasher, if they existed back then, like the Grindhouse thing. But Thanksgiving, I would probably top of the heap. And that's pretty impressive, dude. You are outranking Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino, like one of the GOATs. I mean, Death Proof is probably his weakest movie, just because I think he even said it, like he worked with dumb actors or something. I'm not saying they all sucked, but he wasn't working with Samuel Jackson or Kurt Russell or Robert De Niro. Like he was working with like a younger cast. So I don't know. Then we gotta go with Machete. Machete Kills and Hobo with the Shotguns last. I don't even remember last time watching that movie. But yeah, I would put Thanksgiving as number one through all that. And I've only seen it once too. Like maybe I'm more like recency biased, like I whatever, sue me. Maybe if I see it again, or I gotta watch I'm watching like Death Proof now, because even watching this Thanksgiving, I was like, damn dude, I'm psyched on all the Grindhouse movies and everything all over again. And that makes you even sort of want to watch Terrifier 2 again. Like, I think Thanksgiving and Terrifier 2 is like a good like double feature. You know how you like pair cheese and wine or something? Or peanut butter and jelly. They sort of just go well together. Sort of like I think like watching Thanksgiving and It's a Wonderful Knife. But Thanksgiving was playing by the theater by my house, and like I got like a 30 theater like 15 more minutes away, and that's where I got to see Wonderful Knife and everything. So I plan on watching that too, and then ranking all the slashers throughout the whole year. Let's see. I haven't seen it yet. Watch it today. TikTok spoiled it for me. But honestly, I don't mind. It looks awesome. Dude, I don't mind like spoilers. Like if it's already by Sunday, I just go, fuck it. All right, give me a spoiler. I don't care. Like the Marvels. Unless they tell me something cool about the Marvels. Like I didn't see the Marvels, but give me a good spoiler about the Marvels that'll make me go. Like, tell me Professor Xavier shows up or Wolverine or something, and I'll go see it. But for now, no. I could wait for Disney Plus for that thing. Oh, but here, let me also go. I also did these. Let me get this background music off. Was that distracting? I thought it was like rock, but I heard someone else doing that. Ben, that's sort of like a beginning here. That's more chill, I guess. Yeah, so we still need from all those trailers that we still got, we still need Werewolf Woman by Rob Zombie and Don't by Edgar Wright. That would be dope if we get both of them too. And that's like finishing the Infinity Gauntlet. We gotta get all these like Infinity Stones of the Grindhouse thing to like make the best Grindhouse movie ever. But yeah, I would take Werewolf Woman. That like, why is Rob Zombie not doing? Same thing with Eli Roth. He was making some bunk movies too. Like I could live. I could like this is Eli Roth's best movie. I think he should just do the next 3 Thanksgiving movies for real. Like not Green Inferno, not Hostel again, or remake of Cabin Fever. Like Cabin Fever's dope. The first one's very cool. I didn't care for the remake, but that wasn't him. He produced it though. He thought it was a good idea. Green Inferno, not so much, but Hostel 1 and 2 are pretty good, and Thanksgiving tops that. Like I think maybe he said something during the pandemic. The pandemic allowed him to do a bit more research. Like it just shows like he did have a good movie in him. Just sort of like how Rob Zombie has a good movie in him too. But I respect him, man. He's doing weird out there things, especially for him. Like the Munsters, no. You should have done Werewolf Woman by, or what else did he do that wasn't great? I don't know. This has been like 15 years since that trailer came out, and he still hasn't made that. And Edgar Wright too. I think his last one was the Soho movie, which was cool. But I really would like to see Don't from Edgar Wright. Like, and what else did he do? Was he Baby Driver as well? He's a great director too. Like all great directors made like a contribution to that Grindhouse thing, and they should. That would be such a cool little box set too. Like I think when they sell them, that's marketing, bro. You get Thanksgiving once it comes out. You put Thanksgiving along with Planet Terror and Death Proof, and maybe Machete Kills, and Hobo with the Shotgun. Do a little like digital box set thing for it, the Grindhouse collection or something. And then if that sells well, we'll definitely get like the Rob Zombie one and Edgar Wright. Like Kickstarter it or something, dude. Whoever's putting up the money for these, dude, you're missing. You're walking out on some money if you're not making the Werewolf Woman. But I think the Werewolf Woman trailer was so hard to try to duplicate because it was right. They had Nicolas Cage in it, and now you got book Nicolas Cage because he was in the thing. So I don't know. But yeah, that's the next movie I want to see from Rob Zombie. I don't care for anything else really. I would like to see that. That would get me excited about seeing a Rob Zombie movie or Edgar Wright. I'm not even sure if I'm spelling his name right, but whatever. You know who I'm talking about. Um, yeah, that's don't or I want to see him do another thing in horror like that last night in Soho was horror-ish, but I want him to lean further into it like that Don't trailer was. Let me see if I could just pull up that trailer. Shit. But I can't really show it because I have to edit it because I know I don't think the Don't one has a lot of nudity and everything in it, but definitely the Werewolf Woman of the SS does. So, yeah. I'll never forget that time Roth made a kids films, and even with that, it's still horrifying. Oh yeah, damn it! Same thing with Robert Rodriguez. He did what Spy Kids or something like that. I get it why people go and do different stuff out of different genres, but somebody like Jordan Peele, dude, he's crushing it because he's doing horror movies. Like I think if you're a horror director, stick with horror for a bit. Like even John Carpenter's stuck in his lane for a bit. He only traveled outside of it, and he did good. Like Big Trouble, Little China, or his Elvis movie, I guess. But it's like, come on, John, do a horror movie already. And Eli Roth did that with like Death Wish and different stuff like that. I mean, it sucks if you have to make the same movie over and over again, but I don't know, dude. There's no right answer for that. But yeah, when he makes a kids film, it's always still a little scary too. Oh yeah, didn't he do the Goosebumps one or House with the Clock in its walls? Something like that. And it was still horrifying enough for kids too. So very cool. I remember watching Planetary on DVD when I was 6, and it caught me so off guard. 10 out of 10. Yes, Planetary was one of the best ones. I love that one. And it's such a throwback, but I would still, oh man, so I would have to say Thanksgiving's a 10 out of 10 because I do like Thanksgiving a little bit more. It's a little bit more crisp. It was like, it was trying to get away from that whole like trailer thing with the grindhouse on how it was extreme at first. Yeah. All right. So we're like 24 minutes in. Let's break down. Let's see. What else do I have here? Oh, shit. Here we go. Kills that I missed. And I know people always bring that up where like kills that I missed. They're like, hey man, you didn't involve this or that. Yeah, I know. I didn't have footage on it. And I had to go to a crazy place to even explain those two kills. So the table saw girl, the girl who got her stomach ripped open and it fell all over the place. And there's nothing I could do about it unless I do like an AI thing. I think maybe I can in the future, okay? Or I show something with a table saw like Freaky where the person got like sawed in half. Or the float mishap through the face. And that was just an accident. I mean, they were driving a truck and then the whole thing, the boat fell off the thing and went bah, right through the fool's face. And that was very cool. But yeah, it's hard to describe all that with like how I just said. So, or I gotta show a clip from another movie, and then once I show a clip from another movie, a lot of the times it goes like, but I need it for a reference or something. Like I mean, like that with my audience retention because I look at that stuff. I'll go, all right, let me use a little clip. And then it went, I went, oh man. Because then they go, like, well, you don't have the footage. You're bullshitting. And I guess that's true, but I'm trying to paint you a picture. So, and I'm trying to tell it visually, but whatever. I didn't have those 2 kills in there. And that was like a creative decision. It was cut for time because it's hard to even explain those kills, and I sort of forgot like the order of it happening, and there was no footage, so that's fine. Okay, here, let's just go through all the kills right now. Go crazy over these deals, man. Movie Thanksgiving and how many died in it. First, we start off with Black Friday. People go crazy over these deals, man. They even trampled the security guard who was trying to open the door. They're all in the frenzy. Oh yeah, this is a little. That guy died, and he was like jittery, like, "Oh, help me!" I would be like, "Fuck it, you could break the doors." I actually worked on Black Friday as well, so I have a lot of contacts for that. I remember Black Friday. I was doing seasonal at Target or something, and I think that was like my very first day was Black Friday. And people are asking me questions like, "Does this camera work?" I go, "I don't know. I could just read the box that you could read." it was, it it sucked, and I think they couldn't even start me the day before or something. Like that's how cheap Target is. So uh, I don't really work there if you want, whatever. It's fine if you're a young kid. I was young, whatever. Yeah, this guy got trampled, and a couple of people got killed. And that's the beauty of this because it's almost like old school slashers when people die, and then you have like that's why I put 1, 2, and 3. I only have footage of this guy dying, but this person died. A person got like their neck sliced because they went through the window, and then he was bleeding all over the place. I can't even show that anyway, unless I blur it or something. And he like grabbed one of those waffle irons, and someone grabbed it away from him, which was pretty cool. And then Gina Garshon died. So yeah, that's 1, 2, and 3. Walking all over him, a bunch of people are dying, and even a cop had to shoot a gun up in the air like he's herding cattle or something to chill everybody out. Whoa, dunked her in water and pressed her against like the freezer. I guess she's stuck on there. Almost like, all right, pry yourself free and then you get to live. She did. She got chased, but then she got bitten in half by a dumpster and put on that damn building. Right by a 50% off sign, right? That's the one with the house of the clock in it. The one they're trying to stop an undead Dale Cooper warlock from turning into children. Yeah, that's the one. Hey. And one of the security guards abandoned his post. You don't do that, dude. That one dude's blood is on his hands, dude. That's why he got choked so bad with piano wire his head rolled off. Oh, the trampoline part's coming back. But this wasn't a regular neck snap, but it was almost like her head turned completely around like The Exorcist.
Darkly, all will be calm.
Ouch. I don't care where you're from. That's gotta hurt. That's an epic kill. One of the more ironic kills because why clean your ears before something really bad's gonna happen to them? Oh my god, cord in the cobs on the opposite ends of your head. And then she couldn't hear good for a little bit afterwards and then got killed. She also got killed along her daddy and a cop. The slasher used a silence weapon to kill both of them. What are you, Art the Clown using guns now? And this is really brazen, you know, like the pilgrim just walks up and blah, decapitates somebody in broad daylight in front of everybody. Like, oh man, do you not have cops working this? And it's pretty metal and funny that this thing's like running around with its head cut off for like a moment. A chicken without its head off, right? This killer's max, low key, dude. Oh yeah, I said it looks this is new. Like the Burger King Max from like a couple of years ago. I like that visual. Damn it. Sometimes I was like, all right, let me do it, but I was trying to shorten this video up so I could like maybe get it in under a minute. It could be like a short or something and put it on TikTok, but I was just loving so much of it.
Pilgrim
I
guy,
shorted
the
it to
Burger
like
King man,
4 minutes.
around with his head cut off for like a moment. A chicken without its head off, right?
Yeah, and I didn't put as much as the float.
Cord in the cobs on the opposite ends of your head, and then she couldn't hear good for a little bit.
Yeah, that did kill her, but that definitely incapacitates you for a bit. Oh.
Afterwards, and then got killed. She also got killed along her daddy and a cop. The slasher used a silence weapon to kill both of them. What are you, Art the Clown, using guns now?
All right, that little clip is from The Killer, and I was like, oh, that was a cool movie, and use that clip and use the silencer. And I'm like, I'm not a big fan of these slashers using guns, but Art used the gun in the very first one, and I'm still a little bit upset about that. Like, he still had that gun for part 2, but he didn't really use it. And this is a dream sequence, so of course you can use a gun, but slashers using guns, I guess I'll allow it. I mean, it was only 2 kills. It wasn't like, how are you going to kill both these people silently? And he did it with a gun. So there you go.
And this is really brazen, you know, like the pilgrim just walks up and blah, decapitates somebody in broad daylight in front of everybody. Like, oh man, do you not have cops working this? And it's pretty metal and funny that this thing's like running around with his head cut off for like a moment. A chicken without its head off, right? This Killer's
I guess I said
Max,
that better.
low
Damn
key, dude, it looks like the Burger King Max from like a couple of years ago. Pilgrim
I
guy
like
had a
that
plan, and he's pretty funny too. That apron's hilarious. So he
I
has a
didn't hear
plan.
anybody
I
say
guess
that.
he's gonna eat somebody. Is he eating all of them, or he's just like, hey, I'm really attracted to her. I think I'm just gonna eat this girl right here. She wakes up, checks out the fridge and everything, and then this person jumps up alive. She actually got a pitchfork thrown at her, dragged inside, and thrown into a oven. And that's a huge ass oven, dude. That's more than just like the pizza oven or something. You gotta get that custom made. Ugh. The Max
Yeah,
looks
that's
pretty
way
cool when
bigger
it's
than a
half burned,
pizza
like
oven.
Michael
Pizza
in
ovens, I
Halloween
think, like,
Kills. But
that
here's the thing,
wide,
dude.
if
He has
they're
a
so
pile
big.
of them. You're like, oh shit, why do slashers like Michael only keep one? You might need a backup. Well, he set the table, tied everybody to it, and then he presented like, here, I cooked this lady for all of us to eat. Heads on tables, all sorts of weird stuff.
I think this is what was tripping me up. Anytime I showed any of this part of the trailer, or the old school trailer, that's the one that would get me flagged constantly. And this one already, this little video, it might get me flagged again. I don't know, because it said limited ads. No one's watched my live stream enough for it to be like, oh, I need definitely ads on it. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I barely tiptoed the line. Like, I have to censor everything, and then I backpedal a little bit to see like how much I'm allowed with. And it's art to it, but dude, I miss old school YouTube. I was you're able to do everything. I can't even say kill count on this. I gotta say like turkey count, or saw make more sense because it's like trap count, like traps. So I guess every new release, I gotta come up with some quirky thing to say kill instead kill count. Sucks. Or I gotta figure out some new shit. But all right, what else? Let's get to the main. We're 34 minutes in. I think let's
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
we're about to say
I mean,
who's,
it works, and this is Eli
yeah.
Roth's best movie, but at this point you go, oh yeah, this guy's the guy who directed Hostel. Okay. And they're mostly tied up around the table, except for one is actually being live streamed right now. He gets his head tenderized with a meat tenderizer. Brutal.
Yeah, so that's just like a variety of kills. I mean, All these kills were awesome. You can't even say like what's the worst kill? Maybe the silencer kill, like, but it still served its purpose. A lot of people saying that giving a slasher villain a gun is going against the format song runs the element of surprise. But screw it. I'm sure someone could make it work. Yeah, because I think once you give like the slasher a gun or something like that, even Maniac, the guy used a shotgun and everything. So yeah, people can make it work. But if you saw someone like Jason use a gun, it sort of ruins it. Like, why does Jason need a gun? Like, he usually just slash. Like, if you're supernatural, sure. Like, yeah. Or is less supernatural, but this fool can't die. He's like Wolverine or something. I mean, he cut off his head, and now his head's still going. I don't get it. So he's some sort of supernatural. But yeah, or I was so stoked in Scream 5 trailer that we saw him use a Scream guy use a flamethrower. See, all the Scream guys use guns though, so because they're regular people. But if you're supernatural, I don't want you using a gun. And this guy was the supernatural, so yeah, I guess it works.
Now let's find out who the killer was. It all goes back to the.
All right, are you ready? We're getting into it. We're already like 36 minutes into it. Real heavy spoilers right here. If you don't like spoilers, you can just watch it. Whatever. It's Sunday.
Black Friday, and it's Patrick Dempsey. What? Why, Patrick? Why'd you do it? Why'd you kill all those teens? No, Patrick Dempsey was upset, shooting that gun in the air and everything after he saw his wife, Gina Gershon, get her scalp ripped off and killed. What? Showgirl's hot mom herself.
All right, so it's Patrick Dempsey. Did you guys see that one coming?
John, get her scalp ripped off. And Patrick Dempsey. What?
Yeah, I even like that shot. Like, that's the killer. That's the killer, guys. That's him. So that was a cool shot. It's always the most famous cast member now. So that's the cliche. If you know the cast member, he's got to be the killer. Like this, he's the only one I recognize from anything. So he's the most famous one. And I was like, that's Sydney's husband. He's already in the horror genre, I guess, in that regards. And it's like Five Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's. Matthew Lillard showed up. You're like, oh, dude, that's Stu and all his other movies that he made. And of course he's going to be the killer because who else is it? Well, if you know the video games, you would know that Afton guy was going to be it, but I think in most cases it's your most famous. That's why Urban Legend or something was so cool because, like, I think Jared Leto wasn't a thing yet, and you had Robert Englund, and you had Brad Dourif, and you had all these other slasher movie icons, but they made it the woman, so it went against that cliche. But dude, whatever. It was cool and it worked out great. And the beautiful part of this is we could still do a sequel if he decides not to show up again because he didn't die, but as long as he's wearing the mask, we were thinking we're going after him, and then it could still be another person because that security guard guy died, and then the other guy who got his like throat cut. So you can actually have the killer be a new person in part 2 and 3, or you could keep it with Patrick Dempsey and he's like burnt up a little bit, or that could be the thing. He could just show up at the very end, have a cameo that he got burnt up a little bit. His secret identity is no longer safe. You have like a Detective Hoffman thing, and I like how much sense this makes because now you go all the way to the parade
or something. You gotta get that.
Dude,
She wakes up, checks off the front of them, or head off, right? Up and blah.
Yeah, so you go like he cut off someone's head. So if he's a cop, he could actually like call it in, like, we have somewhere else, officer down or something. You could call people off of where you're going to have to need to kill people. Like Dude, there was this killer, that Big Bear killer, who was actually this cop who went rogue and started killing people or something like that. It was all over the news because people are really scared of cops being slashers and everything. They were treating it's like Michael Myers on the loose. And it's really scary, dude, if a cop with that background and training and his resources actually becomes a slasher. You have like evident, like crooked cop stuff, all this. Like that's why Hoffman was so sort of cool being a jigsaw apprentice. I like it now. It seemed very random when I watched it, but it makes a lot of sense throughout the whole thing. And he was the one to go shoot the gun up in the air, and he was like, "Calm everybody down," blah blah. So I can't wait to watch it again and actually break that down some more. Art is literally a chicken with his head cut off. Oh yeah, same thing. I think that's the beauty of the head getting cut off on most things. Like when Pamela Voorhees got her head cut off, it's like there was nothing, and then she went to go grab where her head was. It's all so I don't know. That was very cool. That's it. That's my joke for the afternoon. Come on, dude. You got more in you. He's the killer. I thought it'd be that one bald guy with the mustache. Oh, you didn't see it? Did that spoil it for you? Damn.
Appetites.
Maybe I'll do another spoiler stream like in a week. I really hope this one does a lot better. It made only like $10 million. And sometimes they hit differently, dude. I made the mean one. That slasher movie, I think it was only in theaters one day, how much money could have made, and there was only like 2-3 people there. And it got so many views on my thing. So I don't know. I just gotta cover slasher. I really love slasher movies. I think that's a staple of my channel, dude, of course. And I gotta cover a Wonderful Knife early and with all the footage and all that. But Thanksgiving, I can't wait to see it again. There definitely should be a part 2. I wanted to make enough money that they can already greenlight a part 2, but yeah, Patrick Dempsey is the killer.
This somebody is he?
And I say it's a bit of a cliche because it's your most famous cast member besides Gina Gershon, but she was the love interest who got killed like way in the beginning. So they were a thing, I think. So I got
all
watch
of them,
again.
or
You can see all
he's
the
just
clues.
like, hey, I'm really trying.
That's how I do with these big slasher movies, dude. I gotta see it at least like 2 times in the opening weekend or something. I remember when Halloween 2018, dude, with Halloween Kills, I think all the Halloweens, the recent ones, I watched like 3 or 4 times every weekend. I know I'm such a dork. But Halloween 2018 is sort of like I saw it by myself, I saw it with my girl, and then I went out and saw it with my family as well. So it's like 3 different theater trips that weekend, like a Friday, Saturday, and a Sunday. And then I made a kill count on a Tuesday, and boom, that like did it for me. It finally like a video that hit. So there you go. That's been me ever since. But I gotta watch this. It's same thing with like Scream 6. I probably watched that at least twice that weekend. And I had a birthday that weekend, so I had like a party and all that. So it was hard to get. I would have saw that 3 times that weekend, but at least saw it twice. What else? Yeah, so it's your most favorite cast member. I gotta watch it for all the clues. And then, dude, I could make a video about that. Like, why does Patrick Dempsey make sense as the killer? I could say all that. He's burnt up. He can afford. Cops do pretty well, dude. My brother-in-law's a cop. He makes money. He's actually going to a football game right now, so good for him. He can afford all that. Because those are expensive ass tickets. I don't know where I'm sitting though, but yeah. So Patrick Dempsey being the cop makes most sense. I could say like the whole thing. Maybe he had a crush on this. What? Like, why was he specifically after her? Why was he specifically after her? Like, 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 why was he specifically after her? Like he's just that much attracted to her. I don't know. I gotta watch it again and actually take those kind of notes. That's why this is a sort of slasher, like especially a whodunit. If you know who the killer is already, it makes the rewatches better because you get to see the little hints that they dropped, little breadcrumbs, maybe not even breadcrumbs at all, but you could just notice it. Like I know that editor and the director, they know all that when they're editing, all over again. Then they could just like add little like crumbs if they wanted to. But I know Eli Roth was like, "This is my baby. This is my magnus opus. This is my masterpiece." I've always wanted, and he even said in an interview, like he always wanted to make a movie like Scream, and I don't know if he ever had the confidence in himself to actually do this till now. Like he wanted to make a memorable slasher movie. I heard the same thing with Jordan Peele too. Like they love horror movies so much that when they do it, they want to make sure it's like great and a masterpiece, and that's why you spend like a year making something like this, all the prep work and all the posts and all that. So good for him. And he's got to put that much effort into the next one too. So it's like how you follow up with it, because he never really did like a Cabin Fever 2, or he never did any sequels to any of his stuff before. But this thing, you got to do a sequel, and I please don't hand it off to anybody either. Like, don't do like the Cabin Fever remake, because he could have done the Cabin Fever remake. I mean, come on. Sam Raimi made like Evil Dead like 3 or 4 times. He did that little Through the Woods thing, that concept. He did the Evil Dead, and then Evil Dead 2 was almost a remake of the first one. So come on, dude. Don't pass it off to anybody else. Attracted to her. I think I'm just dragged inside. It's the thing, dude. He has a pile of them. You're like, oh shit, why do you or something? Yeah. You gotta get that custom made. Oh, the Max looks pretty cool when it's half burned, like Michael in Halloween Kills. But here's the thing, dude. He has a pile of them. You're like, oh shit, why do slashers like Michael only keep one? You might need a backup. See, I added that on my next one. Sometimes I need another day, and it was such a busy day Friday, but I already like pre-made a lot of that Thanksgiving stuff, so I had to add a bit more. So I don't know. I wanted to upload a new version of it, but I think I'm toting the line still. Like I can't even get like regular ads on any of the videos. I guess that's the beauty of obscure slashers like the mean one. It also makes a lot of sense. If you're constantly living next to a Christmas obsessed town 24/7, you go mad too. Yeah, these obscure I wouldn't even call the mean one obscure. I think a lot of people, that's like the new thing now with Winnie the Pooh and the Grinch. It's like taking family whole. There's 2 things that works with slashers, I guess, right now. It's the 2 things would probably be just holiday slashers, and former child IP properties that have become public domain or something. Like you can make both of those work. And I hope to get a me one too. I mean, I like the me one. It was okay. Not enough to buy, but I'll watch it again. Yeah, sure. Christmas time's coming around again. I'll watch it. And Winnie the Pooh was cool. It's like a one-time watch. I wouldn't buy it either, but I hope like Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 2 or whatever it's going to be called is pretty good too. Like everybody shitted on that movie when it came out, and I went, dude, it's a slasher movie. But that's why I sort of just love this movie too, because my standards are low for a slasher movie. I just want some good kills and good humor and good fun. And this over delivered on all those fronts. So that's why I go, oh shit. Yeah, awesome. I guess in movies, but nothing before that. Black Christmas used. Oh, I didn't even get into Terrifier yet. Well, maybe I'll do some Terrifier, or unless we're done talking about Thanksgiving. I couldn't live stream at that point. I know when a teaser comes out, that's supposed to be my thing, and I wanted the teaser to come out really bad, and I didn't know when it was coming out, and I was busy that day. Whatever.
But the teaser trailer for Terrifier 3 was awesome too. And that's making it a holiday slasher too. So holiday slashers are definitely work. Terrifier 2 is my biggest video by two times over what my second highest viewed one was. Oh, two times over Nope. So of course I gotta cover everything Terrifier 3. I can't wait for like a regular trailer to come out for it too. But yeah, I'm gonna be wrapping this up. Thanks everybody. Maybe I'll make a real video about all the spoilers and keep it really tight, right? The unicorn. Because I have some other ideas for some videos regarding Thanksgiving, but I can't even make them that short as I want to because I don't know, dude. YouTube's not allowing it, and I already made that short, and it's not able to do it. So I don't know. I don't see her brother Jordan on the stocking. So is that? And their dad was alive then when he was a little girl. He only died like a year or two ago. So who's the blank stockings then? What? I ain't worried about Sienna getting killed because she needs to be alive, dude. She is the foil to Art the Clown. She is Laurie to Michael Myers. She is the Nancy to Freddy Krueger. Oh, but they killed Nancy in part 3, so she won't die. I pretty much could bet on that. She said, "Dada, Dad," and he's responding. There you go, proof. Oh. Come on, dude. That is totally Sienna. People, I think it's because people, when they first saw this, it was after they just watched Terrifier 2. And if you just watched Terrifier 2, you're a bit frazzled. I don't care who you are. You're like, because that third act goes off for like 45 minutes, and you're like, oh, damn, dude. And, you know, like Sienna almost, it seems like she might have even died in it. But I think you got to bring Sienna back. He also said that was his mistake when the very first Terrifier, like, oh, I was building up, like, I didn't really have a final girl. So you need a final girl, but Sienna's even more than a final girl. She's like a superhero. And that, like, she almost died, and that's her rebirth, and I can't wait for this. And she even said, Dada. All right, I gotta go. Sorry I wasn't able to attend the past few streams, but no, it's all good, dude. But I had a lot of work with my films, my birth. That's cool, dude. You don't gotta apologize for it. I love that you just dropped by, and this was like a surprise stream. I didn't even announce this too far ahead, but yeah, I think I'll be doing it too now. But all right, thanks everybody for tuning in. Yeah, I guess for people who watch that replay. Did you see that? Oh, I thought that was gonna be like a huge clue, like that little flat slows down. It's gonna blow this case wide open, and no, it was just like the previous scene. Nice try, Damien Leone. We also heard Scream 7 could be Christmas themed. Everybody wants like a Christmas themed slasher out of nowhere. It seems like it's like, all right, we already covered Halloween, and we're getting Thanksgiving. Everyone's like, dude, I want to mess with Christmas. Let's get slashers and Christmas back together, because that's how it started with Black Christmas, right? Or he killed the whole family of people. Oh no. If you have any other theories, comment down below or jump in a live stream sometime and let's talk about it. He's definitely sort of eating somebody, it seems like. You know, that's very Black Christmas remake. Not the bullshit remake with all the women and patriarchy stuff, but the 2006 Black Christmas. That's what I meant. Not the 2019, 18 when that movie come out. I don't think I rewatched that one since. And I remember people were so mad about it, and I was like, I'm not mad about it. Just it's not that great. I thought it started off cool, but PG-13 slashers, no. And that's what Thanksgiving is not. And that's what. And this is even going to go more extreme, dude. This is going to be unrated. Because I remember he shopped around all the studios, and the studios went, well, we don't know.
I think they would make him tone it down, sort of like how Eli Roth was like, dude, I'm gonna have someone screwing a turkey and it's gonna be wild and nuts and that far out like the trailer was. But if you're gonna work with a real studio and get major distribution, you gotta dial it back a little bit, dude. Like Thanksgiving is still like a slasher that it's outrageous and it's not even as outrageous as you think, but it's outrageous, but still good and grounded enough that you could still watch it with some people who might not be like in love with horror like you. You know what I'm saying? Or even like Killjoy Jake. Jake went to go see it with like a group of people. I go, really? I can't get a group of people to watch a horror movie, even if it's inside our house. They go like, no, Brian's gonna put on some bullshit. You gotta watch that by yourself. I don't know. We got more horror heads who appreciate it. I had high expectations for the 2019 one, but I would never have guessed that the whole movie was basically the trailer. Oh yeah. Like it was basically yeah. If you watched the trailer for Black Christmas, you basically got the whole thing. Yeah. I mean, that's cool too. I mean, the trailer doesn't matter like way down the line anyway. Like who watches the trailer for movies that are 30 years old or something? Or trailers just the trailer for The Shining was just the elevator opening up and the blood falling out. That's all they needed back then. That's nuts. You go like this is a teaser trailer. Like what does it really give us? It's like 2 minutes. Nothing. I mean, I heard it was a teaser trailer, but this is like it was still 2 minutes long and it was cool and there was a bit of Easter eggs all around it, but I don't know. It was neat and I liked it. It's not really showing you too much, but I would like a real trailer maybe like a month out, 2 months out. This is still a year away, so yeah. So I loved it. Mr. Voorhees. Hey, my bad. I'm like, did I miss much? Yeah, like the whole thing, but it's all good. I'll do another live stream again, or I was gonna put on my thoughts on the spoiler video for Thanksgiving. Probably after I watch it again, I'll say why the killer made sense. Little stuff that you pick up on your second watch that could be like maybe like the kill count second watch. I don't know. I'll come up with some more video ideas for that. Maybe a tier ranking of all the holiday horror movies. Like I think this November and maybe even December is better than what we got in October. Because October was cool, but basically Chucky held it down. And I didn't even cover Chucky all that much because there was so many other stuff like Totally Killer. And I like Totally Killer as well, but nothing like went really. Exorcist was okay too. But I think Thanksgiving and what else is coming out? But there's other horror movies coming out that I'm really looking forward to, and hopefully share it with everybody. And yeah, and thanks for coming by on a Sunday. I know everyone's got like football to watch and stuff, but all right, thanks, Jason. Thanks for coming by. But watch it on a replay, and I'll have another live stream. Later on in this week, I think. I'm trying to get some big guests too, because I'm trying to switch up the format to like, I think it does well with a guest too to bounce off of some ideas, and we're gonna roast some videos and stuff like that. It's gonna be fun. Oh wow! Now people are showing up. Hey, Drippy the Kid, is this too early? Did I show up too early, baby? I'm glad that Terrifier 2 teaser was done without a big studio because it was a big studio would have shown the whole thing. Yeah, but I don't think they're done filming it. I think they filmed just this part, and because I think it was done during the writer strike, or they even made sure to put it that that thing like Sienna's not a writer. She was in the actress Lauren Lavara or something. She's in SAG. So I don't think they would film everything without going against the strike. But maybe it's such an independent movie that doesn't matter. So I don't know, but they are getting a bigger budget. And I remember between Terrifier 1 and 2 was so long because they had to do the Kickstarter campaign. So that's what sort of worries me about Terrifier 3. Like he had about like 8 years or something to think about how he could make Terrifier 2 the best possible. And he did that. But how fast are you going to do this turnaround where you're doing Terrifier 3 like immediately? Like, what? Now it's going to come down to about like a 2-year gap between Terrifier 2 and Terrifier 3, right? So I don't know. Oh, here, are we talking Terrifier? Sure. Yeah, I wish Saw X came out on October for sure. Well, dude, it basically came out like September 29th. So September 29th, you're like, okay, that's basically like it was like 2 days before the whole like Halloween season started. And I saw Halloween stuff. AMC was already doing a bunch of like horror movie stuff on their channels and stuff. It seems like we get started earlier and earlier every year. Like now, I think even people are blown by Thanksgiving and already putting like Christmas stuff up. I know people are giving presents already too. So yeah, Saw X did well for my channel too. And I even had people that like friends I haven't even seen in a long time. They went, yeah, we saw your Saw X video and that was pretty cool. I was like, really? Whoa. Like I'm so proud of that video too, dude. Got 250,000 views, dude. That is insane for my channel too. But we didn't have those big hitters like we did. Like in 2022, we had, oh man, dude, Terrifier just came out. Pearl came out before that. It seems like the October season was really stretched out. We got Barbarian. We got all these big hitters. And that's why this October, my October, especially on YouTube, oh yeah, it was like 1.6 million views or something like that. Or that, like, if I could do October last year, every single month, I could be a full-time creator or something. That would be dope. But it's I guess it's dependent on when the big releases come out and everything, because this year was a bit of a dip. It sucks. I was just like, oh man, I knew Five Nights at Freddy's was gonna hit, and it was hitting, but sort of dissipated really quick too. Like it didn't hit as hard as I wanted it to as well, because people really, I think adults, my channel goes like mostly adults and stuff, so it hit that later. So Terrifier 2 was so gory or glory. It was both. It was glorious. Watching Terrifier 2 in the movie theater is like a religious experience. And just to know that if you watch Terrifier 2 by yourself, you go like, oh man, am I fucked up for liking this or something? And then if you watch it with a crowd of people and they're cheering and they like it and they're laughing at certain parts, you go, oh man, you're not alone. Yeah, this is your niche audience and part of the community, blah blah blah. So yeah, that's the beauty in Terrifier 2. And that's how it was seeing Thanksgiving. I saw it opening day because I don't know, dude, I'm very loud. I'm sorry, I'm not a good person to watch a movie with, even by myself. I'm talking to the screen or I'm clapping or laugh or whatever. I don't know. But that's why you go to a theater. Like if you go see a stand-up comic or something like that, you want to hear other people laughing in the room and stuff like that. And they play off of that. And yeah, it's great. So seeing it in front of a live audience is great. But I don't mind watching movies by myself either. So like or watching it at home or a screener or something. But yeah, it was glorious. I wish they made a Quarantine 3 or Rec 5. Yeah, I guess I didn't care for Quarantines as much. Like Rec's cool, but yeah, they get too long in it. Like I need them to take the best Recs and just put them together as well. Like, I don't need 5 of them. Or like Quarantine. They don't need like 5 of those Quarantine ones. Would be cool to see Terrifier versus Thanksgiving versus It's a Wonderful Night basically hot. Dude, I would love crossover everything. I would crossover. They said Terrifier 3 versus Freddy Krueger, everything. It sucked that we were this close to getting Candyman versus Leprechaun, and I think Tony Todd went, fuck you. Just went, I ain't doing that shit. But it's like, dude, give it a shot, man. Be open to it. I mean, that would be cool because, dude, think about it. Kong versus Godzilla made the most money. Freddy versus Jason made the most money. But I think it's people like, man, we don't want to split that pie, dude. Because it's like having 2 boxers face each other. Like you have an A side and a B side. And, you know, or one wants 60%, one wants 40%, or this and that. And it's tough enough splitting the profits with one movie that's popular, and you know it's just they don't want to do it that way. Oh man, now what's your favorite horror movie? What, recently? Oh man, I gotta look that up. I'll just say for 2023, I think I have. Let me go to my letterbox. Because every time I watch something new, because everyone goes like, well, The Thing or something. Sometimes I feel like it could be like Scream. Sometimes it's like a slasher movie. There you go. I think I have like Evil Dead Rise as like my one spot. And then like Talk to Me. Saw X is up there. I got to put Thanksgiving up there. I got to see Thanksgiving again. But Saw X is actually... Like, I didn't think they could pull it off where you could make Jigsaw a good guy. And they did that, dude. That was cool. So, but favorite horror movie of all time? Maybe The Shining. I really love The Shining and reading the book and Doctor Sleep and everything as well. Or Nightmare on Elm Street. Or Return of the Living Dead's like my favorite zombie movie. I love the soundtrack. I love everything about that. It could be Return of the Living Dead. I just love that movie. And then I loved it enough to get the soundtrack for it. And I bought like CDs of all the bands that I heard off of that. So that's like the punk little kid in me too. That like, oh, cool, dude. That's how I was discovering bands and such. So probably Return Living Dead as well. If you ask me on a different day, I could probably have a different answer. Terrifier is basically the silent Freddy Krueger. Yeah, dude. I think they even said they were going to try to make him a little bit more less comedic. But dude, we had the perfect mix of comedy with him. And he even seems funny in this little teaser too. Like he's eating gingerbread cookies made out of
The
people.
one they actually did where
That is some Freddy Krueger sort of stuff, right? That's nothing like, yeah. That's him basically wearing sunglasses, pushing Christine's head into the sand. Would be cool to see the director of Terrifier make a Friday the 13th movie. He even said he would like to do one. Oh, man, you have to... Damn it! I actually talked to him at a thing about... I actually talked to him at a convention and stuff like that. And he said, yeah, he would definitely want to do that. And I also had Vincent DeSanti on my channel. He wants to make one and actually did the fan film. And I think they had a little bit of Twitter beef because they had a little bit of Twitter beef. Like, well, I think that would be a big mistake. And you're like, what? Why you guys? And in a perfect world, I would like to say Damien Leon make a Friday the 13th movie and Vincent DeSanti, or one of them could do Jason, one of them could do Freddy. We need, like, I think slasher directors do. Eli Roth should just do slasher movies for the next 2 or 3 ones. Like, dude, we need more slasher movie directors because it seems like if you do good at a slasher movie, you move on and do other things. Like, what's the Nika DaCosta? Is that the Marvel movie or something like that? She did Candyman, and that movie was so awesome.
And then she just like jumped ship and did like a Marvel movie all of a sudden. And hey, man, you know, good for you, make that money. But man, it sort of seems like you stabbing your back on this community. Like it's very punk rock, you know, like you go like, well, you want the, it's like your band selling out like, oh well, we're playing this little thing and now we're going to sell out and charge you a bunch of money and now we're going to put rap on it or something. You're like, what? Why are you guys changing everything about your, I get like you have to evolve, but yeah, you at least make like give us 3 horror movies to have good graces inside the community before you just decide to bounce, I guess. Or do a trilogy, dude. I don't get how these people go like, well, or I'll hand off the sequel to somebody else. Like, dude, do 3 back-to-backs, dude. I don't know. David Gordon Green went, all right, man, I'm down for Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. And man, I would like to do some original or something maybe, but fuck it, Exorcist Believer. I'll do 2 more of those too. So it's like he don't care. He's like, yeah, sure, dude. If they give me the opportunity, I'll do it. Yeah, we would have got Michael versus Pennant and Candyman versus Leprechaun. But for now, Freddy versus Jason and Predator. Yeah. And Freddy versus Jason and Predator versus Alien were pretty awesome. I like both of those. So, yeah. And Freddy versus Jason is probably the best crossover we ever. Better than Kong versus Godzilla. Better than The Simpsons showing up on Family Guy or whatnot. I would say Freddy versus Jason is the best crossover ever. Well, minus maybe, let's see, a horror crossover. Ah, damn it. Because if you count that, then you have to do Marvel. But Marvel don't count because they're all like, that's just Marvel movies. It's all Marvel superheroes. If they actually got Batman in one of them or something, I don't know. Like you could say No Way Home, like Spider-Man No Way Home is the best like crossover one, but or the old school Batman and the Flash. I don't know. It's tough, man. There's not enough versus movies, or they could have done something like Cabin in the Woods where you have all of them fight each other. But yeah, all right. Five Nights was crazy. Yeah, dude, it broke me. Five Nights at Freddy's was so mind numbing. Like what they're trying to rob the place, and he sleeps on the job constantly. Like you don't sleep at home, and he takes sleeping pills. And he's trying to figure out in his dreams, or is gonna find the killer to the thing. But why don't you do some real detective work? It just I can't think about Five Nights at Freddy's no more. It really hurt my brain trying to come up with a kill count for that. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Come by live stream and keep your notifications on, and I'll see you soon. All right. Bye.